So literally 2 hours before me recording this video, they released a third trailer for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. In this trailer, we have a lot of the first part of this trailer. There's a lot of stuff we've seen before, like the clip you're looking at right here. This is the beginning of the trailer. We saw this on the Japanese website when the second trailer dropped. Like I think it was like a couple weeks ago, but it's just like the king and some people floating into the rift and turning gray, and yeah. So this trailer also shows a lot of brand new stuff. But first, we have to basically just get a look at the world. We have the Guru Desert, Zora region, and then the Faron region, and we have entrances to the rifts that are. This trailer is about the world within the rifts, and I think that's a really cool that we get to see what's in the rifts. I kind of wish, though, that they did it like what they did with the depths, how they kind of just kept it a secret, but it's called the Still World, and in this picture you can see Moblins and Lynels, which the Breath of the Wild Lynels in the Link's Awakening style, which is really cool. And then of course we get a look of what is inside the rift, and it's kind of just like isolated land, trees, rotated land, and then there's the people who've sunk into the rift and they're kind of just like still, and I think that's really cool. And of course then there's like platforming within it, which is also really cool. And it's like you can jump, which makes it also really cool. And there's just like so many different things you can do with the echoes. And then there's like, and here you can see that there's like a little ladder. There's probably like a chest or something down there. But then you can use your echoes for like even more platforming, to access like things like chests. And then we have our first look at a dungeon. I mean, we've seen one before, but this kind of looks like the one that we saw in the reveal trailer where Link defeated Ganondorf. And it seems like we still have the 2D sections from Link's Awakening. And at this point, I think this is the dungeon still, and it's the first dungeon, and we have the bind abilities. You probably get the bind ability in this dungeon. Another thing is that the bosses now have weak spots again instead of just being able to hit them, and of course Zelda sleeping during a boss fight. That's just such a mood. And then we have the different types of rifts. So here we have a sand rift, and then we have a rift with water, which is probably from the Zora region. And then we have an Elden rift, which also looks really cool. And then we have another underwater area. And then we have a dungeon, which I'm not sure if it's in the rifts. And then we have a really cool echo that just goes forward. It looks like one of those tiles. And then one of those tiles that is just like falls out under you or like flies at you. And then we have a look at a water temple. And then we have something really cool being the Sword Fighter form, which has you basically find the sword that Link had at the start of the game. I'm assuming in the Still World, and it's just really cool because a lot of people were asking for a Zelda just with a sword if they get this, but there are some downsides to it as it has a cooldown. You have to collect these little energy, as you'll see later in the trailer, but you still get the Hylian shield with it, and it kind of looks like you can upgrade said sword with like probably at like some NPC in around the world. And my favorite part, which I didn't realize until watching this trailer for like the third time, because I had to watch this trailer like 5 times, was that you can just activate whenever you want, even though the guy literally says that you can. I just wasn't paying attention for some reason. But yeah, you can see the little energy gauge things to fill the gauge, and then we have the next section has nothing to do with the riffs, but we have Dampé, my goat's back from Link's Awakening. And in the original trailer, we saw a Octorok robot, and they're built by Dampé, and it looks like you have left D-pad is the pull out an automaton, up D-pad is sword, and right D-pad is change your echo that you have equipped. And then of course X and Y is activate echo and bind, and then we have some looks at some NPCs, and the Gerudo just looks so good. And then there's like freaking cat, and then we have the least horny Great Fairy we've seen in a long time, for like ever since Link's Awakening. That's the last time we had a not horny fairy. And then we get some looks at some monsters, and then running along treetops, which is so cool. And then we have the different biomes. This is actually the Faron region. And then we have more rift stuff with hiding a pot, absolute mood. And then we have this water thing. Fairies are back, of course, along with mini games and this boss, which kind of looks like the one from the Ocarina of Time Fire Temple. I'm going to just say that right now. This game, as we already knew, releases on September 26, 2024. In the background, we can see heart pieces and then a general look at the map. And something really cool has been revealed. My goat, Dark Link, my goat. And then obviously you have the Golden Switch. That thing exists. It's Switch Lite. It's coming out same day. And yeah, so subscribe.